Hey y'all, hey, it's me, V the CPS Scholar, and I want to drop in and give a little bit of feedback on what I just watched. I watched Ready to Love Make a Move, season 1, episode 13. It's the finale. They kind of did half the finale at the end of the last episode last week, and the rest this week, which means, did y'all not have enough footage? Did you? I don't know, but it's had my timeline ablaze. And I just wanted to give a couple of thoughts about what I just saw. I'm the CPA Scholar. This channel is about grown-up conversations, reviews, and reactions. And I'm about to react to this reunion. I'm doing it off the top of my head because I'm not writing any notes for these shenanigans. And I guess I'll go girl by girl, couple by couple. First, they brought out Ashley. Your headdress is beautiful, Ashley. You look nice. You have a nice shape. You're a lovely girl. Sometimes your energy can be a little bit, it's a lot. But they brought out Donald, and they had her and Donald, who's her keeper. If you don't know the premise of the show, they brought a bunch of people from Ready to Love, the original show, took them to New Orleans, and they had to decide they met somebody that they liked enough to make a move, but nobody spoiler, nobody in this show moved. But anyways, Ashley was with Donald. She would be clowning Donald, making fun of his clothes, said he didn't text her, all sort of stuff. But she chose him in the end. And there was an issue with his best girlfriend trying to make him defend himself against Ashley, and it not going well. They getting feisty with each other. They're sitting there talking, acting like it was all good. They said they end up being friends because basically once she had that argument with the girl best friend, that was it for her. Sorry. That was it for her. So, but Ashley and the best friend were still getting feisty with each other. Then they brought out Kirsten, who, you know what it is? Like, she even admitted it. Donald's like the good dude you should probably be with, but he doesn't rev your engine. And then there was Kirsten, who was a tall, bald, fine black dude, apparently with attitude. They left off with each other where she released him because he would no call, no show. He never acted like he liked her in the first place. So he showed up on the reunion. They tried to ask him questions. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. He said, I'm only here to fulfill my contract. Right? They said, well, if you want to leave, you can leave. He stormed and left. It was a little bit sassy, a little bit. I hate to call men sassy because y'all said we call y'all sassy for anything, but the way he did that, it was crazy. The producers were asking him what was his point, why was he upset. He said, I told you guys I didn't want to come over here, so he left and he dipped off. That was Ashley. Then you had Charisse. So Charisse and Maurice, the quiet the man who just was always focused on eating his food, but had money and seemed to be able to meet Sharice's financial standards of wanting to travel, go around, and not have much to say. Apparently, they spoke to those two, and they are still in love. She actually went to the Essence Festival with him, so they're now the Reeses, because it's Charisse and Maurice, and they're gonna live happily ever after. But they also brought out Mizell, who is like probably every older man on a dating app. If you don't know, Mizell tried to holler at Vernisha as well. That was their scandal on the show. He came out and he said he's still single. They were saying that he tried to basically holler at two friends at the same time, and if it was in real life, he wouldn't have got caught. But since it was on TV, he got figured out. Charisse kind of called him out when they asked him if he was single, and he was like, yeah, and she was like, well, you're the only one of your brothers that's single. You're the oldest one here. Like, she was shaming him on that. And then Vernisha tried to call him out because Vernisha said, you were texting me, calling me every day, asking me on dates, sending me a picture of you, sending a picture of your dog. And he said, sorry to that woman. It's not true. None of that happened. So there's still a big discrepancy on what actually happened. Then you had Vernisha and the Tabari and Jabari. Jabari came out and said, "I'm a traditional man with I want a traditional woman that takes off her boss lady hat when she's home with me. You don't want to hear all that barking. You want you in that kitchen fixing a plate and ready to jump into bed with him at 9." Vernisha said, "I'm working late. There's no such thing as going to bed at 9. Yeah, there's no such thing. I'm non-traditional," which is weird because that's not what she said in the beginning of the show. And then Tabari and her, they fell out. She said Tabari was cool, but then he wasn't communicating with her. He had a problem with communication. Tabari said the devil is a liar. That's not true. Apparently Tabari and Vernisha fell out after the show, while Jabari and Vernisha were cool, but Jabari found him that traditional woman he was looking for. So Vernisha supposedly chose herself. I don't know if did you see her rant on Instagram where she says she can get better men than y'all? She can do better than these men that was on this show. If you haven't, go check it out. Then we have Ashley coming back out, and because they brought the friends, Camille and freaking Zadia went back and forth about how she told her Cam wasn't ready because Cam was too busy, but she looked at Cam and thought Cam was cute, so she rolled out with it. Basically, she made up her own story and got played. That's what Camille was saying about Zadia. And then they had Stormy come out. Remember, Stormy came out in her FM dress. FM dressed to come to Ashley's date, and Ashley got upset because she felt like she was supposed to be there for her, but it seemed like Stormy was here to get her man, specifically Kirsten, and Stormy cried because she felt like she got presented like a harlot, and they ran off the stage together. It was super dramatic, and they mended it, and Zadia said, "Be nice, y'all love each other." Zadia of all people, beautiful lady, but whatever. Then, so that happened. Then you had freaking Cam come out and tell Zadia to her face once again that he's too busy to be with her. You have to make room in your life for the woman you want to be with, which is true. And he doesn't have room. He doesn't have time. He's single. He brought her out a picture from their date because, he's a photographer too. And then he once again told her he told her that a lot of stress was taken away from him from being out of that process. He didn't have time to be doing this. He said, as a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be interviewing people for my back office, and I'm here fooling with you. She said, well, if I'm taking up your time, you can go. He got up and he left, and everybody was shocked. He told you he wasn't trying to do that. I mean, she said she didn't sleep with him in the Facebook group, so we gonna believe that. But he said he ain't have time for that. He ain't have no time for no woman. He came on the show. It was more than he thought it was gonna be. But baby, the way each man was exiting off this show like they didn't give a damn about the women that was there. Woo, y'all be having us look bad out here, son. We be looking bad out here, son. Then we had Tamika and Tanika still trying to hook people up, giving Tamika the kudos about how good the show was and how she did good matches, when Vernisha said half these dudes didn't have good hygiene. I guess their breath was stank. They ain't smell like cologne, whatever the hell they had going on. The women still had problems that they haven't resolved from Ready to Love, so it was hard for them to find somebody. And the only person who ended up with anybody was Charisse and her lack of facial expressions. Oprah, once again, you hear with your shenanigans. Nobody moved. I think Charisse said she might move to New Orleans, but Charisse, your ass is lying. So her and Maurice gonna skip off into the sunset. Did I miss anybody? If I did, Tanika, who's beautiful, Tanika Ray, say she's still single and maybe Tamika could hook her up, and then everybody got dressed, looked pretty. Nobody ended up with a man except for Charisse, which is shocking. And that was Ready to Love, Make a Move. What'd you think about the season? I thought it was all right. I mean, it had us talking about a few things, especially when women need to figure out if a man wants them or not. Yeah, that's a big thing. If he's not willing to do what he needs to do to stay with you, you're not his dream girl. You're probably a placeholder, and if he wanted to, he would. With that being said, let me know what you think about the show. Love who loves you. May God bless you with everything that you need. And the CPS Scholar is out. What y'all think about the show, y'all? Anyways, I love y'all in real life. Bye.